Hello and welcome back to Metaphor. So in the last episode we did a free time and it doesn't feel like many days passed, but we got a lot done. We unlocked bounties and did a bounty in the desert. We got Stroll to rank 3, Hulkenberg to rank 2. She hasn't been available since, and Brigitte to rank 3 and she's available tonight. So we're going to get that to rank 4. And then tomorrow is the announcement that we've been waiting on for the story. So that is everything. I don't think there's anything else I need to do around here. We already stocked up and went through the stores, talked to all the NPCs. Like everything's good. So I think we can just go hang out with Brigitte. I doubt I'll ever see him again. Oh no, your dog ran away?
Well, I'll not loiter in
just
a storm.
you.
Ah, so it's you. You seem unscathed. Sorry if you're looking for work. There's nothing here for you. Just go home. What happened? Come inside.
Unfortunately.
I no longer have any work for you. No! The dog is no longer here. What? She ran away? Did she run away? That would have been preferable to the truth. But no, she was taken. Oh, that's not cool. I'm sorry. I know you kept your silence as promised. Unfortunately, that didn't stop a thief from sneaking in disguised as a vendor and taking her away. They left behind a letter that read, "Those who spread magic igniters shall face the wrath of God." It's not hard to imagine what happened to her. I'll find the culprit before long, and I'll make certain they get what they deserve. However, this isn't the work of a single person, but that of a larger organization.
Those people.
An igniter extremist, a bunch of filthy, rotten cowards. The pup was innocent in all of this. I shouldn't have kept her. The moment I start caring about anything, I lose it. I knew that. I tried to keep my feelings out of it, but why did this have to happen? Uh-oh. She's fighting through the pain. For how long must I live in this hideous world? If only I had disappeared instead. Tears or not, I can sense the pain, sadness, and frustration Brigitte is feeling. Words would be of little comfort here. Perhaps if I stirred her imagination, she'd be relieved at... What?
What?
A book. I told Brigitte about the fantasy world depicted in my book, trying to give her even the faintest glimmer of hope. Well, people will help one another, respect one another, and live in equality. How quaint.
But
The author was a sheltered man, I take it. He knows nothing of the real
this
world. The only equality is that we all invariably die. The path to that point is different for everyone, meaning everyone has to fight through their own hell. I don't think so. That's not true. She liked it. You're an Elda. You live in a world that hates you. How can you still make yourself believe in light, even through all that? I cannot see that light myself, but I know you can. And I really do want to believe in you and your vision. Profound sadness and grasping her truth. Grasping trust.
I couldn't ask him to stay. Could I?
Oh. 3 inheritance slots on merchant is going to be very helpful when I actually play it. And more merchandise. All right. All right, we need to save that dog though, like immediately.
In any case.
Here's your pay. I've included what I set aside for your future shifts, too. Ooh. You know what? No. I'll keep visiting. I'll still keep visiting Brigitte.
Why?
I don't know if she'll like that. Oh, she liked that a lot. She's gone. I have no more work to give you. What's left for you here? You don't need to come here anymore. Lies. I left the room without another word. 10,000 money. 1,000 mag.
Disaster was averted.
It's time.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Just take your time with it. Don't rush it. I mean, writing-wise.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me?
If,
Not you.
and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, but that's kind of rigged in their favor, because if they're always in the sky, then they're more likely to be on people's minds than anyone else, right?
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
Hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
Why do I like this guy? I don't know why, but I like this guy. Don't make me regret that.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
I mean, this is all stuff we knew, so... Or maybe just as the player we knew? Maybe the characters didn't know? Clearly they didn't know. That's not good.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
You'll just have to win the throne.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Okay. Well, that's not how I was expecting this day to go.
Where?
Maria, where are you?
You're kidding.
Where could Maria have gone? Wait, oh no. Wait, what was updated? I have so much stuff. Oh, the Royal Magic Protection. Yeah, we'll read about that after. Okay. I'm assuming she went to the mausoleum then? Is that where he's actually buried?
Ridiculous.
Oh, I can still grab my sword. Kid?
Hey, mister.
I bet the next king's gonna punish the bad tribes. Better run away, Elda. They're gonna kill you. This kid. This kid is awful. Hello.
Hey.
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone around like that around here? Oh, could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral? That's what I assumed. Although, I should probably check the other way, just in case. Not to mention, I miss these guys. Fancy a wager on who will become next king? I'm going all or nothing on Luis. Yeah, it'll just end up being Forden. Sorry, but this'll be easy money for me. A safe and boring pick, eh? I'm looking forward to the results.
This is all right.
Oh no. Oh no. The army apparently took care of that necromancer everyone's been talking about. He should have been judged. Here, that would have made everyone feel much better. I don't know if...
I don't care who gets it.
I don't know if anyone should be judged right there. It's not a good place for judging, just executing people.
Give it a fold, I say.
Okay, you guys aren't updated. I'm just gonna see if anyone actually has dialogue relevance.
Haven't even properly finished.
Like you?
Indeed.
Those are some big horns. All these lords and whatnot, no matter where we go within this country, they constantly hound us for their taxes. Our fortunes, nay, our very freedoms are being plucked right out of our pockets. Does this robbery, this outright theft not outrage you? I don't know how high they are. Taxes are necessary, but... True, they're too high. So you do agree. What this country needs is a complete elimination of taxes. The need of reform can only be guided by my hand, so I shall go after the throne myself. I don't know. I don't understand politics. I just... They seem... I don't know. Oh, you're already done. You guys are new, though. Crony. That guy is huge. I've been thinking on this topic for quite some time, Professor. Wouldn't it be in the country's best interest if you were to become our next king? You're referring to the candidacy for the throne, correct? Well, that certainly presents a most appealing opportunity. Well, I suppose I may deign to some fraction of my time to the matter. Solving this country's problems should be child's play for someone of my intellect. Oh. So everyone thinks they're going to be sitting on the throne now.
Closure, eh? That's terribly unfair.
All right, no... Wait. Yeah, no other relevant conversations here.
So foolish.
What should I do? What's going on?
Okay, you guys aren't updated. Someone, who were we planning to ask about Maria? Does anyone? No, there's that kid.
Stop that at once!
I'm sure we're gonna have to run around here after as well. Maybe we just go right up to here.
Wind up here. What in tarnation's going
They say anyone can be king, but everyone knows it'll ultimately come down to Luis or Forden. It's not even a contest, as Sanctifex Forden will most assuredly be crowned. Those stones are just another one of Luis's cruel tricks. No one wants Luis on the throne. People support His Eminence Forden. Okay. Attitudes like yours are precisely what will give Luis a greater voice. I beg your pardon? Have you any idea how the poor feel? Your narrow minds will be your undoing. Luis is a fool, but he'll still be a beacon of hope for the city's outcasts. But they both have their flaws, though I suppose you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone more promising.
Look at that.
Entrance seems high. Just you wait till everyone's just saying, Will. Will become king. Okay, that is it around here. Oh, did I just have to walk up to the guard?
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. Huh, she just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked, I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
No, don't dot here.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can live or believe in the future. Their birth doesn't matter. The birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe! Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
I guess they wouldn't really think of becoming a king to end it as a possibility, considering he's an Elda, and Stroll probably doesn't feel like he could ever be king. Hulkenberg probably doesn't think she could. So, like, I'm just thinking about, like, him. They probably just don't think it's possible. I don't know if it's crossed their minds,
Sorry,
actually.
did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Well, that's very dismissive. Potentially would work. But I like this one.
Let's think about it together. Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Is it the only way to lift the curse? What information says that is the way to...
Ladies and
Agria
gents,
said it.
have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne!
What?
Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win.
Oh.
Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
That's interesting. Okay.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast in the city. I think that gives us an advantage here. I mean, this.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Oh, I'm not an Elder.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
All of us. Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead. I mean, that's...
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Ooh, if it's for Maria. It's fate. I do. You know what? It's fate.
No point fighting my fate.
Oh, that's how you meant it? That was the dismissive way? Oh.
Your courage is admirable.
Right.
I thought he was gonna say it's my destiny or something. No, he's like, no, okay, guess I have to. I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited his journal. Ooh, can we read it? It was a key item, so probably not.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
Ooh, okay, you replaced his name with Your Majesty. Do that the whole game. I'll never actually succeed. Don't think of yourself that way. That's the plan.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceania's capital in time on foot.
Well, the main cover of the game, there's some sort of vehicle thing. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's the gauntlet runners we've seen, so we're gonna get a gauntlet runner somehow.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
I'm guessing we have to get pretty popular before we end up with that, but it's on the
This should be the place, right?
on the main cover. It's like a really big thing, and I had no idea what I was looking at until at least like 2 or 3 episodes in when I was editing, and I'm like, wait, that is a gauntlet runner. And there are like thousands of people in this one image. It's my outro picture thing too.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm asking the questions.
I'm asking the questions here.
Did I just hear you right, mate?
Don't make him mad. You're gonna make this more difficult.
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
I swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
Okay.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
We know where a dragon is. A really big dragon?
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Do those count?
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin, and you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
You?
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
No, you didn't follow with your majesty? Maybe he has a big head. Wait, we don't need to win? But we do need to win. We at least need to win the first one if we want to get noticed. To stop his evil deeds. I mean, that's the only thing I can see if we're going for a criminal.
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say.
Yeah, that needs to stop.
If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
Why would we laugh? Also, we've talked to this guy before. He is absolutely... You better be a follower after this. But what... How does this relate to Stroll's plan? I really hope he's not going to say, We're gonna grab the vicious worms heads or something, because how does that relate? How did he know that he was gonna be in there? We'll find out. You're not pitiful. Yeah.
There's nothing pitiful about it.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Martira, the old castle type. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity.
Okay.
Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Okay, so maybe he didn't even think of the worm head or anything. But if he's surrounded by vicious worms, we're gonna get a 2-for-1. We're gonna stop a criminal, and his people of Martira are going to be supportive of us, and we're gonna get a giant worm head for the tournament, I bet. I don't know for sure.
I can't forgive that, no.
I'm too late. I am on auto. All the eye-catching postings are already taken, though a bounty need not be a person. If I procure the head of some horrific monster like a human, my family's name will be known to the world in no time. Hold on a moment, please. Isn't besting a monstrosity like that a bit more complicated? Wait, is this old man the one who... And this is the attendant? You don't look like you could fight, or even stand up straight. Oh, what's a whippersnacker like you doing here? Don't tell me you're actually thinking of participating in the tournament for the throne. Oh, the audacity of youth. That's rich, a mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick to my stomach.
Thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of a great age. One with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Louise dare to... the only thing that's older than this codger are his endless complaints. Let's just ignore him and head to the reception desk. So this is I suppose he's the candidate too. Yeah, this is the old guy who was standing up top saying the youth are terrible.
What in the blazes?
Think. Beat down gauntlet runner like my dad's can't handle much. But if I really want to be king, I gotta go big and nab something that'll stand out at the exhibition.
What to do?
Let me have you, and you guys are updated? There's only one requirement to register at the recruitment center. Be from Grand Trad. To be in the opening ceremony, you have to declare yourself a resident. Oceana and Montario have their own registries. Well, I suppose that keeps it fair, and hey, mind your own business, Zelda.
Really now?
What a bunch of idiots. It's almost laughable. They think they have a shot at becoming king. What a bunch of jokers.
Hey!
Would it be alright if we accepted the bounty for Heisme? Heisme, you sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourselves killed. Hold on. I thought I had to go up to the board and accept it. Almost all the requests are gone. The only one worth left taking is the one for Heisme, whatever that is. What did Stroll think we'd gain here? I guess let's take this Heisme one at the window.
True.
If the guard captain is struggling with this bounty, then I say it's the perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides and make it official.
Hey!
You're an odd one, all right. Either that or you're just green. Head to Martira. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
Martira? 100,000? Oh. Jesus. Despite his bounty, he's evaded capture, and his true identity remains a mystery.
Let's call it.
Okay, we've got the contract. Let's head to the inn for now. That's a lot of money. That makes me think that we're not going to actually complete this bounty for a while.
Registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
There's no way. There's no way that we take out the bounty like tomorrow and just get a free 100,000, right? The opening ceremony for the tournament is tomorrow.
Let's rest.
Should probably stay inside and rest today. Although 100,000 isn't really that much when you have a merchant.
All right then.
Okay, so yeah, we can't actually leave here. It's not actually that much money, so maybe it is kind of reasonable.
Well met, eh?
Hey, will you be staying at the inn, this inn for some time? I'd like to. Huh, so you like it here too, then you're one of us. Well, wherever it is you end up going, be sure to come and see Maria and Fabian again. Not that it's really my concern, but those two seem to like you a lot. Yeah, I don't know how this game's gonna work if I leave. Like, how do I do events with them and follower stuff? Like, what? Is Brigida on hold for a while till we're done with the tournament?
Hey.
Can I come back, but it'll waste like 3 days, or I don't know. I asked Fabian for a map of Martyra, and she gave me the one from Grius' personal effects. It covers all the main roads. We may have found one in town, but a military map always has more details. Fabian continues to be our anchor. To pay her back, let's achieve our goals.
Now then.
Our preparations seem to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from one massive overtuned uncertainty. Never mind. And forgive my mutterings. Forgive me. Just please do not be surprised, no matter what we're presented with. Maybe we are getting a gauntlet runner, and it's just really terrible, by the sounds of it. I've decided I'm traveling to Brylehaven. It's much too boring to spend my days at the inn. I'm gonna see this that so-called exhibition myself. Goodbye, Elda. You do well to see the world too someday. Yeah, well, I'm going there as well. Although I forgot the capital is Brylehaven. What's the other place called? Oh wait, I can talk to you.
Don't push yourself too much.
Oh my god, I forgot the name. It starts with an A, I think. Tomorrow you depart. Maria and will assuredly miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can, even if it's only every once in a while. I need to max out my healer. Okay, you got nothing new?
On this.
Okay, this is the same as before. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a drink before we... Haven't seen Maria since I came back from recruitment. I wonder if something's wrong.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink before we rest. Alright. Rest.
Good night.
Rest well. I'm kind of regretting not saving just now, but I think it's going to be fine.
Can I come in?
Ooh.
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Ooh. Oh, it was a quest. We get curative coney roast. Okay.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I think you mean Your Majesty.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I certainly do. When you got me thrown out, what? She was just fighting back.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Why are we getting everyone to read our book? Including Brigitte, like every follower's read our book so far.
So it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That reminded me. They're talking about how you can't assassinate someone. Nope. We'll wait. We got a cutscene here. That is some long hair.
Judah!
Lady Judah!
Wait.
Far away sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Far away sky.
Just random song flashbang. What race are you? I'm actually entirely confused on her. Like, I'm looking for any... I guess? No.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
That looks like
And
Canada.
finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Oh boy.
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly.
What?
But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctists have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant.
One of
A
his
rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Oh.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward.
Oh,
By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Wait. Are we not standing with everyone else?
An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
What the?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Blast, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A landrunner? It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for them! It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You dolt! You nearly brought down the cathedral!
Have a care, you buffoon. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
That feckless, shameless old fool!
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Why is it so big? Holy shit, it's fast as hell, too.
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
But there are...
It's incredible!
Damn. Okay, well, we got 800 supporters. You met a lot of interesting looking faces there. Okay, a lot happened. I'm just gonna let it play out. I'll probably forget half the stuff I wanted to say, but it's fine. It's fine. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this part a part of my mission to aid the prince. Jesus.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what is this? What is with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Are you, like, the Sid of this game? Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take that as a compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now? I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. We want to go to a place called Martira, Old Castletown, I think. It should be a ways south. Oh, that's a lot of camps. What? Do I have to stop at all of those camps? That's gonna be. Don't tell me it's gonna take me 4 days to get here. Rock Den Camp, Desert Camp, Verdant Camp.
Let us hurry.
Hold on.
All right, hold on. You usually have dialogue. We're headed for Martira. It's south along the main road. What if I click on this? Okay. So if I click like right there, here it is. Down to Martira, eh? On this craft's legs. Oh, I'd say it'll be at least 4 days, 3 nights about. Oh, that lines up with this.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Volley, good. Now, cinch those britches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira, Old Town Castletown.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
Hey, who are
this
you?
Is what you used to talk with the driver. Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Chinwag means chat, apparently. I had to look it up.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
Oh.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Perfect. Noble District Underhall? Oh, flashback.
Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
The whole world, the kingdom?
Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think he's great. If we die together. No, I wanna hear him say this.
Well, if we die, we all die together.
Ha! The boy's bold as brass!
'Tis not an invitation, you dolt. Eyes on the road.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and greasework. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I didn't like it, and then I liked it a lot. It's perfect.
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
I got faith in it. This is a lot to take in.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He is.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
He's absolutely a follower. I wouldn't doubt that he is the gunner that we're looking for, because you have runner, gauntlet runner, the gunner, because I need to unlock gunner for that next thing. The gauntlet runner has various areas for activities. Oh my god. Strategy room, lounge, and kitchen. You can also visit academia, finding more and interacting. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and...
Oh, yeah?
So, what can I do here? Never been on a gauntlet runner. I kind of want to see what the engine room's like. Hold on. Let me turn off auto there. There we go. Wow, this is quite the gauntlet runner, though the driver makes me a little nervous. I thought for sure we wouldn't be getting it right away. I thought we were going to get an actual carriage and like work our way up. But no. Oh, window. Reinforced steel on top of thick glass. It doesn't appear to be easily breakable. The carriage cannot begin to compete with the gauntlet runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. This music. There's a map showing the area surrounding our destination, Martira. Oh, I like that animation.
Let's see here.
Wonder where we're at right now. Okay, so we're...
Let's see. Which one?
What's going on with this? Just a thing? Oh god. Okay. Okay, I won't think too hard about this. We're just taking in a bunch of tutorials right now, I bet. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Watchtower? Woo! Wait. Oh, there's 4 of them. Wait. Okay, there's no way this is like actually.
All right,
oh god, we're gonna be able to. This thing looks a little smaller from the outside. Surprisingly. Could I just sit here and watch stuff here? Can I fight anything? No, you can't. Good to know we can do something up there at least. Honestly, if I had this kind of vehicle, I'd probably sit up there and just hang out. Okay, we have toilets. Very important. Washroom. Wow, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to. I call first dip.
Hey!
Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
Really?
It's a bathing room. Oops, I ought to mention, no running water yet. We're working on it. But unacceptable. Oh, there's Bedou meat and red grass. Wonder who left them here. I could use them for cooking. Oh my god, if we could cook. Although it's probably going to pass time, let's face it. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it before eating it. Oven. Hulkenberg said that most things are edible if you put them over a fire, but is that really true?
Got it.
The kitchen. I can prepare meals here.
Got it.
Okay. So when we're heading out to a destination, we can still do stuff by the looks of it. That's good. Okay, that's the engine room. Their beds, they seem pretty small. Oh. Ooh. What is with your flags here? His color choice is interesting on this thing.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there is seemed to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Okay, anything else to check before I go? I guess, yeah, up here. Oh. There's the cockpit. The cockpit appears to be up above here. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you to going overboard. Perhaps I should stay away for now. Door must lead to the end of the gauntlet runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Apparently, Nuris. They've said his name multiple times. Hold on. I can't go back far enough to actually hear anything. Apparently, Nuros, I believe, Nuris. I'll get it in editing and I'll say it correctly, I promise. Can speak to us from the cockpit through this bent metal tube. So I can't like check active logs or anything, unfortunately. All right, and that leads up. Oh, there's more. Nothing over here.
This?
It has an actual... that is creepy. I wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. It looks like that pipe's in here, too. Called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magla as fuel to run, you see. Used to be, you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then, maybe some other time. Anyway, it's still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks, you just watch. It'll be a sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. What do you mean, needs her rest? You will continue towards your destination and while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize facilities to obtain items, raise abilities. Raise abilities? Or do things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Oh, things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Trays in the kitchen, reading books. Uh-oh. Okay, or using the washing machine. Why would I need that? More activities will become available over time. You're not going to give me more dirty clothes in this game. So I'm going to have appraisable clothes, purifying clothes, and then dirty clothes. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling. Whoa. Which may help improve virtues. Oh, hell yeah. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. So we're not going places we're not going to lose out. We're not going to lose out on all of these opportunities to gain stats and stuff. Okay. Never seen an igniter like this before. That thing is pretty sweet looking. This engine room is insane. Feels like a final boss room. It was a little bigger. A magic igniter, enormous compared to those used by the army. If I recall correctly, it uses magma crystals as fuel. Right? Oh, it's the same.
This?
It's Neurus's homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind too. Oh, never mind. No dirty laundry. We just increase our max MP?
Understood.
What now?
Wait, yeah or no? Check.
What now?
It's got to be pretty significant for me to waste time with that compared to... It's probably 10 MP, I would assume. 20 maybe, because it's like the doing sit-ups and push-ups and pull-ups in the other Persona games. Okay. Pile of powder. I've never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or fuel. Bag of cotton. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. Yeah, that's how it goes. Unique items are lined up here. Neurus's personal belongings, I think. Neurus's research desk. This must be where new inventions are born.
What now?
That reminds me. Oh. No! Okay. I was really hoping I could, like, read Grievous' journal.
Come on!
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Neurus modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over is sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? Max HP, okay.
Got it.
Okay, so these two facilities are for MP and HP. Probably not very useful for me.
Now, where was I?
I've never used them in the other games. Or in any Persona game. Alright, let me just check over here real quick.
Well, well.
I sense the presence of a new archetype. What?
Good of you to come.
Are you talking about Swordmaster? Because I can't make that yet. He's talking about Swordmaster. So your journey has begun. May you meet all manner of people across these untrodden lands. Archetypes are influenced by connections of the heart, so to speak, which means the more hearts you encounter, the more your own might grow. I sincerely look forward to seeing what your journey will bring to my research.
What would you care to know?
You didn't add anything, okay.
Here, kitty. Oh.
Look at his face. It's like he knows he's cute. That is fair. That makes sense. Wait, can I check Swordmaster now? No. Maybe I have to actually channel it first. Does it even have a row? No, it would. These are all base classes, I bet. Yeah, I don't. Ooh, question mark. Ooh. Wonder what that is. Yeah, those are all the basic classes for sure then. Apparently it's called a celestial globe and it models the movement of the stars. Have I really never clicked on that? I've never noticed this thing here. Maybe I have seen it. It looks very cool though.
You'll come again.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Speaking of,
Nearest said he's got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. I feel drunk. Are you okay?
Sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of the carriage, but this is another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. What the? Yeah, you're not gonna make it very far.
All right then.
Okay, so according to this, we can make food, just go straight to bed, or ignore that. Raise HP or MP. That's all the things we can do right now. I have 2 possible books. I feel like reading a book is probably the best thing I can do right now. Too technical for me to understand. Okay. Oh, wait, no. We should clean this up at some point? Oh. That makes me think I have to clean. What is going to bed do? Hold on. I'm scared to click this. Thank you. Time will pass, but your virtues won't improve at all. Okay, so it's just like I'm speed running New Game Plus or something. You don't get like closer to someone. New World, Travel Diary, Pride and Persuasion. I'm assuming this is Eloquence, and this is Wisdom. Appears to be a fictional chronicle of a boy's journey in a fanciful place called the New World. I haven't started reading it. Seems like a book that'll really expand the mind. Want to read it together by the window? Oh, imagination. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oops, I hit the same thing again. Useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't started it. Oops. God damn it. Nearest probably left this here. Let's take it over to the window if you want to read it together. Eloquence. Okay. Eloquence would be more important than, or more higher priority than imagination. Or no, or is it the other way around? Imagination first. Eloquence is fourth on the priority list I wrote down. So we'd read imagination first. All right. Well, I'm gonna do one of these to see where we go with this, and then we'll end. I'll probably read a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually,
To be honest with you, I've realized something. There's so many things in this world which, very simply, I don't understand. There's so many things I've learned since we started traveling together. Same here.
That's right.
It's the same for me. You relate, huh? There's so much one needs to see firsthand to comprehend. Hey, well, I know this is the first time traveling for our mission, but if all goes well, I want to go on another journey when I'm free, where I'm free to do what I want. Sounds like fun. Let's do it. Sounds like fun. Yeah, yes, let's. I don't know where we'd go, but I'm looking forward to it. Of course, if I want to contribute further to whatever you do in the future, I'll have to keep working harder. Well, can you think of anything I can do to help you out? That one.
Well, then.
Always, I'll be happy as long as you keep cheering me on.
What?
That's all you want? Well, I can do that, no problem. That's what I'm good at. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, all the way. What do you think? Was that good? It would be if I wasn't the one voicing it. This conversation kind of went off in a unique direction, huh? Let's keep reading the book for a bit. It describes a new world. If a place other than this really exists, I'd love to visit someday. Imagination is expanded after conjuring up various ideas with Gallica.
All right.
Ooh, that... 4 coins. There's still more left to read in the book. I'll pick it up from here next time.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Ooh. Oh, we camp out here. Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about your journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Martira. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Oh.
All right, then.
So I gain wisdom hanging out with him. Wait, is it wisdom for both of them? That is the wisdom icon, right? Oh, it's imagination. Oh yeah, wisdom's the magnifying glass. So, I can gain imagination just hanging out with them. I might have to do that, for sure. But we're gonna... Wait. No, I can't go down there. But we're gonna do that one, the next one. So I don't, go super over. I will read a few things, because I do need to catch up a bit. You might as well get Tradia Desert out of the way here. Or Tradia. A stretch of desert that surrounds the royal capital Grand Trad and extends further southeast. Though two to 3 decades ago, the sandy plain was far less barren. The recent rapid desertification of the environment has taken its toll. One theory suggests that the Grand Cathedral blocks the wind from Montario, which previously carried the sands to the river. and the resulting buildup contributed to the land's desertification. Oh. Since the rapid changes in the environment, giant sand-dwelling creatures have been sighted on and about the main road, never before seen near Grand Trad, sharply raising public concerns about the apparent deterioration of public safety. Huh. So the cathedral might actually be screwing with the environment around there. It is really massive. That's kind of a crazy thought. This, which is very ironic that the king died with, like, he was supposed to be protected, but he still got stabbed and died. And but his royal magic is able to stop Luis and any other candidate from being assassinated. It's crazy. But he died like nothing. And only after death can he, like, prevent that from happening to other people, like a foolproof way. As seen as a way to prohibit the elimination of a candidate through force, one aspect of the king's royal magic was discovered somewhat belatedly. In the event that a top-ranking candidate with large support is in danger of bodily harm, the perpetrator will be immobilized by a glowing chain-like construction. Protective effect seems to apply only to the top 20 candidates, or those whose faces appear on the coronation rocks. Resisting the magic chains and continuing to attempt harm results in the chains tightening, potentially causing death. Oh, damn. However, what constitutes as harm is unclear, and it is not known if there are loopholes or exceptions yet. A diagram of the formula created to cast a curse on the prince. The curse magic is so complex, and none have yet been able to undo its tangled weave. The convoluted nature of this spell has led to the belief that spellcaster drew the formula as they composed it. Obtaining and deciphering this formula may enable the curse to be revoked, considering that Luis was protected by royal magic and now cannot be killed. This is the party's last hope to lift the curse. Alright, let me get a drink. There we go. Portraits of Past Kings, a magnificent room in the regolith Grand Cathedral, adorned with portraits of the kings of generations past. The custom has been for the portrait to be made on a king's ascension to the throne, which was then displayed in the royal palace during his reign, and later moved to his grave after his death and burial. However, the Grand Cathedral was built on the land that used to be the royal cemetery, so previous kings' portraits were moved inside when the cathedral construction was complete. That makes sense. Mausoleum, an underground mausoleum that existed before the Grand Cathedral was built. The cathedral was connected to it for the convenience of the Sanctus, and there is a passageway through the basement. Few locals know of this path, as most prefer the main entrance than to walk among the dead. Lega Corridor, ruined southwest of Grand Trad. Originally part of the past nation's palace, its country of origin has long passed into history, and its environs reduced to desert. All traces of its former glory are gone. Still, the land's dead linger in spirit, longing for the splendor of old, and resenting the nations and peoples that outlived them. Their burning spite hangs in the air, drawing monsters to its grounds. We're about to go here. Definitely want to know about it. Oh, man. That picture, it kind of like the towers kind of remind me of Alexandria in FF9 a bit. A town southwest of Grand Trad off the main road, developed from a town originally formed around Kriegante Castle. Cree or Cray? It's probably Cree. A military stronghold of the Annex War. The town's distance from the main road gives it a sense of isolation, and some say a certain gloom. One of Uchronia's closest towns to the Oceanian border, which made it a cornerstone of Uchronia's defense against Oceania during the Annex War. The relatively flat terrain affords the castle's watchtower a clear view of the town's environs. Any movement or mobilization from Oceania was thus immediately observed, making it impossible to launch a surprise attack on the town, especially as the war predated the invention of the swift, powerful gauntlet runners of modern fame. However, its time as the keystone of Uchronia's front lines has long since passed into history. Okay. Principality of Oceania. One of the kingdoms of Uchronia's 3 constituent countries, occupying its westernmost lands. The Oceanian capital, Port Brialhaven, is the largest trade port in the kingdom. Owing to a history of extensive sea route trade with civilians and pirates alike, it's been known for its powerful navy since before the Annex War, and is a rich culture centered on its warriors of the sea. Tournament for the Throne, a large-scale tournament where prospective candidates compete to gain the approval of the people. The winner of this popularity contest will then be crowned king. Yeah, but they can't, declare it definitively. They could try, but the king himself, in the sky, whoever wins, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't mean the rock faces are going to change. The Crown Theocracy proclaimed themselves to be the organizers after the invocation of the royal magic by the previous king. The stated purpose is for the candidates to prove their worth by completing tasks while visiting the 3 capitals of the United Kingdoms. But could there be an alternative motive? Ulterior. Alternative. A grandiose event celebrating the first task of the tournament. For this exhibition, candidates are to neutralize a dangerous creature disrupting the peace of the nation. It must then bring its head to Port Brialhaven and in the Principality of Oceania to await judgment of their asset by the masses. The party will have to prepare something spectacular to catch the attention of Luis, who's refused to participate. Finally, the Ishkia. A tribe recognizable by their avian wings as well as their almond eyes and long eyelashes. Though the fewest in number of the 8 tribes, they have a reputation for their intelligence, giving them a strong presence in bigger cities. Many find higher a status in intellectual labor, such as scholars or sanctors and the like, making it not uncommon for Ishkia to be wealthy. Due in part to their regal stature, the Ishkia are commonly admired. However, the act of speaking down on others has been ingrained in their nature for some, making it just as common for them to be resented. Incidentally, their avian-like wings are purely cosmetic. What? Though they are able to move them to a small degree, they have no structure. Oh, I mean, I didn't really think that they could fly. They're in a weird spot as well. I don't know if that would really work. Yeah, cosmetic makes sense. They can move them to a small degree, they have no structure. They're actually just clusters of feathers. Those who aren't fond of the Ishkia latch onto this deficiency of flight to ridicule them. Oh. Of course they do. Nearus Korax, a genius engineer of the Ishkia tribe, he can single-handedly manage all things gauntlet runners, from planning to maintenance to piloting, and was contracted to build the prince's gauntlet runner before the prince vanished. He comes from a noble, highly respected family, with a stately mansion in Grand Trad, but as he shows absolutely no interest in social status or family prestige, is dismissed by his family as an unmanageable oddball. Despite his pedigree, his appointment to build the prince's runner was solely based on merit and not on his social standing. Since then, Neurus has retained a strong sense of gratitude towards the royal family. Unfortunately, as both the prince and king met successive suspicious ends, Neurus was unable to repay their favor, which burdened him greatly. Oh yeah, we met a lot of people here. I'm going to hold off on some of these people until we run into them again. Batlin, though. He seems interesting. Albus Batlin, a Clemar man who works as a crier for the Crown Theocracy. Most criers prefer rhetoric that venerates and strengthens the authority of sanctism and the royal family, but Batlin is the opposite, prioritizing the provocations of the people, as though commentating on a sport. Though highly admired amongst the townspeople, he drew the ire of the Crown Theocracy for his roguish methods. However, when the royal magic made what amounted to once popularity the sole factor in succession, the Crown Theocracy pivoted, suddenly assigning him the monumental responsibility of heading Sanctism's public relations as the tournament's official crier. So they normally don't like him, but they're like, okay, well now he's really good at talking to people. You're gonna do it, whether you like it or not. Closure A. An archaic word of prayer in Sanctism. Every person in the kingdom, regardless of their religious affiliation, is familiar with the solemn oath. It is an extremely ancient word that predates the Uchronian calendar, its exact origins unknown. Ooh. A little bit of mystery on it. Royal flower? A white flower associated with the Uchronian royal family, also depicted on the national coat of arms. Though beloved by Uchronians for generations, as a sign of respect to the royal family, it is now customary to refrain from using the flower in familial celebrations. Huh. Until some decades ago, colonies of the flower could be seen around Grand Trad, but have since been lost because of the rapid expansion of Tradia Desert. It is said that a few natural colonies exist in present day. Oh, damn. Red grass, roasted bidot. A culinary specialty from the hometown of Fabian, hostess of the Honeybee Inn. Roasted with zesty spices and red grass herbs, this aromatic poultry dish is supposedly so addictive one bite will make you crave it for life. Many customers frequent the Honeybee to indulge in this meal alone, a hidden gem of Sunshade Row. Sounds like it. Bounty targets. Found in all 3 major cities, one will find a list of the targets to be subjugated or captured here, and by doing so, gain a reward. Most requests are made by the state army, which is often short on manpower, and potential targets range from monsters to people. The intelligence network of the state army allows information regarding bounties to be shared instantly among all recruitment centers. Ordinary citizens may also post bounties as long as they leave a deposit. Okay, and the rest of these things, there's only a few more, but I'm just going to hold off on them until the next time. Especially, like, I know Godot we're going to see eventually. Glodell will probably see fairly soon because he's part of the contest. Barden, we're doing a quest for him right now, so Milo, I don't know who Milo is, actually. Oh, you were mentioned somewhere. Well, I clicked on it, so now I have to read this. I am curious who you are. Milo Maurizio, an Ishkia candidate participating in the tournament. A princely man claiming to be the illegitimate son of the Montario royal family. He pledges to adopt a caste system based on beauty. Oh my god. With himself, the most beautiful of all, bestowing grace and honor upon the country as its king. His suave looks and mannerisms have earned him a devout following. He's an Ishkia? I didn't see any wings on him. Devout following. Each time he smiles from the stage of his gauntlet runner, the Palace of Beauty, Hildebrand. Shrill screams can be heard from the crowd. Speaking of that, that one girl who came out and sang. What was she? Was she the... Like, at first I was like, there are no features. She's got to be an Eldar, right? But that doesn't make sense. Like, no one would sit and cry when an Eldar would sing. They would belittle them. I think she's... What is that tribe? The liar tribe. Everyone calls them liars, and their only feature is their eyes, which let them see Magla better than fairies sometimes. I think that was them, but they're not in this list yet, so I can't remember who they are. Started with an N, I believe. Knee something. Oh, I don't remember. I really hope we get an update on that because we're missing. We have 1, 2, 3. We're missing 2 tribes, not counting them because they're the 9th tribe that doesn't exist among the 8 tribes. So, okay. Well, I'm gonna end it here. In the next one, we're gonna, make our way over to Martira. It sounds like it's gonna be a little bit. We have to get there, figure out what's going on, and then find the bounty target, and then do whatever's going on with that before we can even head towards the main big city. So it's gonna be interesting. This game is going places I wasn't expecting. There's a lot more going on, and like at first I was like, this feels like it's gonna be a somewhat short game, but now I'm just like, okay, this could be like a true journey, like a full-on journey, and it's really feeling like it now. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.